So you want to start private practice, but you don't really know where to start because school doesn't really teach you anything about it. And whether you are in school currently or you've been working in community mental health, this video is for you. We're going to be covering 3 main topics: marketing, finances, and client management. So you can save this for later or use it as a guide as you begin to open up private practice, or use it as a tool to prep prior to even starting private practice. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I have a whole list of things here for you, so let's get into it. So for those who are new here, my name is Simone Saunders and I'm a licensed social worker and therapist in Calgary, Alberta. I've been running a 6-figure group practice for the last year and a half. Initially, it started out as just me, and over the last year and a half, our team has grown to 4 people and soon to be 5. So the first thing that we need to talk about is marketing. And before we get into how people know about your business or trying to spread the word about your business, you have to know what your business even is. Of course, you're a therapist, you're a psychologist, you're a social worker, whatever background you might be, but what is it that you do? What does your ideal client look like? You might have heard this 1,000,001 times, but it is important to niche down. And I'm going to tell you why. It can be really tempting to be a generalist practitioner. And what I mean by that is a practitioner that deals with a multitude of things. That could be anxiety, depression, trauma, relationships, eating disorders, family conflict, everything. You have to put yourself in the client's shoes. So if you look at 2 different profiles from different practitioners, if you're looking to work through trauma, you're likely going to go through someone who specializes in trauma and has an expertise in that area, versus someone who has trauma listed as well as 50 other different issues or specialties. You want to be sure that the clients that are coming to you are people that are more likely to stay. And they're more likely to stay if they know that the issues that they deal with are things that you can help them with. So let's move through the actual marketing pieces. Things that you're going to want to pay attention to is how will people know about your business, the market saturation. You'll also want to pay really close attention to the types of marketing that you want. So that could be social media marketing, search engine marketing, word of mouth, partnering with other organizations. And it'll be important to have the different types of marketing that you have feed into each other. So in terms of market saturation, I think it's important to go back to the point of having a niche in a market where there's a good amount of therapists. And granted, I know that there's not enough therapists for everyone who needs one, but when there are a lot of therapists, sometimes the feeling it can bring up is, how am I supposed to stand out among the crowd? And again, that point goes back to niching down so you can understand, what is it that I really want to focus on? What do clients specifically come to me for? And a large part of marketing is understanding the client's journey in going to find you. Is it easy to find you, or does it take effort? Because the more effort it takes, the less likely a client is going to go through that effort in order to find you. So is your website accessible and easy to navigate? Is your phone number posted? Is it easy to book an appointment or a consultation? All of those things are things that you really need to consider prior to opening up shop. Let's move to category number 2, which is finances. Finances aren't always talked about a lot, and I think it's really important because even though finances can be a taboo topic to talk about, when you go out into private practice, it's something that is integral to consider. So when you're thinking about finances, thinking about questions like, how much do you need in order to maintain a comfortable living? Do you want to do private practice full-time or part-time? Do you want to keep a job while you do private practice? What is the average price per sessions within your level of certification? What business costs do you have that you will need to keep in mind? How will you prep for slower seasons? Will you bill to insurance, or will you be completely private pay? Or both? Understanding your financial situation is going to make private practice a lot less stressful for you. And understanding that private practice is, in essence, entrepreneurship. So there is a level of uncertainty that comes with it. And that risk isn't for everybody. And that's okay. And the third topic is client management system. Now this is integral for organization, for ease, for help with management, all of that stuff. When you're in private practice, you are responsible for everything. And when I say everything, that means billing, receipt, paperwork, including consents, intakes, case notes, scheduling, all of that. And it can feel so overwhelming. So one of my largest recommendations is getting a really powerful and efficient client management software. So I personally have been using Jane App since I started my private practice. I did go through and compare different client management softwares and found that Jane was the most efficient and had the most tools. So for example, with Jane, clients can book their sessions online, they can pay online, they get their receipts online, all intake paperwork, all of that kind of stuff is stored. Appointment reminders go out automatically, case notes are stored all in one place, and it's easy to download things to PDF if you need external copies of everything. I do have a code with Jane, which means that anyone who is new to sign up won't begin paying until 1 month after they sign up, and that's Simone1MO, and I'll put that on the screen as well. I highly recommend that you check Jane out because for me it was super helpful to pour my energy into other aspects of my practice, knowing that the scheduling, the client management, all of that kind of stuff was already just taken care of. Something that is also super awesome about Jane is that they have a helper rate, which means that anybody who is solo or part-time in private practice and can't necessarily afford the full-time rate, they provide a $25 discount for the first 3 months. If you have deeper questions or there's aspects of private practice that you'd like me to go into more detail about, I am more than happy to do so. Drop those comments down below. If you have any suggestions for any other videos, drop that down below as well, and I will see you in the next video.